Welcome to today's explainer. We've got a truly heartwarming tale from our source material today. It's a simple story, right? But it actually carries this incredibly profound, beautiful lesson about empathy and companionship. We're heading into a small village to follow a little boy named Ahmad. And we're going to look at a defining moment in his life that starts with a tiny, unexpected visitor and ends with a lesson that'll stick with you.
Now, think about this for just a second. What actually happens when you show kindness to a helpless creature? We always think about what it does for the animal, sure, but what does it do for us? Does that energy just, disappear out into the universe? Or does it bounce back in ways we'd literally never expect? Keep that question right in the back of your mind as we follow Ahmad's journey today.
Okay, let's dive into this first part, the little kitten's story.
Our story starts right outside Ahmad's house. He's just going about his day when he stumbles upon a tiny kitten. But actually, scratch that. This wasn't some playful little pet. The text describes it as incredibly vulnerable, completely hungry, and just so scared. It was at its absolute lowest point, terrified of the whole wide world. Yet in just a matter of days, the narrative shifts entirely. The kitten goes from being terrified to being healthy and totally happy. And this brilliantly illustrates a massive behavioral and physical shift. But it didn't just happen by magic.
It happened because of the specific, actionable steps Ahmad took. It's so simple yet incredibly effective. Step 1, he lovingly fed her milk. And he didn't just toss food her way. The source specifically points out the care and affection in how he fed her. Step 2, he made a soft bed for her. So he provided sustenance for her body and a safe, comfortable shelter. This is literally textbook compassion in action, and it completely changed the animal's entire trajectory.
Which leads us beautifully into part 2, a beautiful friendship.
Because, the story doesn't just end with a healthy cat. That physical recovery blossomed into this deep reciprocal bond. Just look at the progression here. On day 1, we have the rescue of this poor, scared cat. Fast forward over the next few days, and a rock-solid routine forms. The kitten is playing with Ahmad constantly. And what's even more fascinating? The source tells us the cat would actually wait for him to come home from school. It was actively spreading so much joy throughout the entire house. But then we hit a roadblock. One day, a conflict arises. Ahmad's absolute favorite toy suddenly goes missing. And that brings us to the third part of our story, the lost toy. This wasn't just a quick misplacement where you check under the couch and find it. Everyone in the house searched and searched, practically turning the place upside down, but the toy was nowhere to be found. Poor Ahmad was feeling pretty crushed. But then, breaking right through the frustration of that search, came a sound. Meow. The text notes that after some time had passed, the kitten deliberately called out to Ahmad from a specific corner of the courtyard. This was not a random noise. The cat was actively trying to get the little boy's attention and guide him to that exact spot. And what was waiting in that corner of the courtyard? No way, it was the missing toy. The cat had actually found it. The source material captures this gorgeous emotional resolution, noting that Ahmad was incredibly happy and instantly hugged the cat. In that single pure moment of gratitude, the kitten wasn't just a pet Ahmad had saved anymore. It was a loyal friend returning the favor. So the crucial point is right here in section 4, the lesson of love. This single event completely shifted Ahmad's perspective. He had this beautiful realization that animals aren't just passive creatures, right? They possess a really deep capacity to understand complex emotions, like friendship. The core moral lesson distilled directly from the text is this: he who loves animals receives love and loyalty in return. Because of this experience, Ahmad made a lifelong promise to himself to always treat animals with gentleness and compassion. He realized that the simple milk and the soft bed he provided way back on day 1 created this beautiful, reciprocal cycle of empathy. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, and I want to leave you with this final thought. Which animal will you promise to show kindness to today? Ahmad's story shows us that compassion is never, ever wasted. Whether it's a stray in your neighborhood or a pet in your very own home, your gentleness might just be the exact thing that sparks a beautiful, loyal friendship. Definitely think about that as you go about your day.